coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, boom, boom. I appreciate the support. Man, big love to everybody who rock with this movement, man. Everybody who rock with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you from here to there to everywhere, man. Can't get it done without y'all. Spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you hype the video, like the video, check your subscription. Make sure you subscribe. Skullduggery is in full effect, but we ain't worrying about that. We trying to keep this P pushing. You dig? So let's go. Let's get it, man. Big love, big love. Listen, man. Penitentiary, man. In the penitentiary, man, you're going to find a lot of dudes in the penitentiary that just rub people the wrong way. Don't nobody like them. But you got some of them dudes like that. They don't like you, may not even respect you, but they fear you. And that right there, it trumps everything else. You know, it's like my homeboy Cowboy, man. Shout out to Cowboy, man. Man, nobody like Cowboy, man. Nobody like Cowboy, but nobody gonna tell him that they don't like him. Cause he gonna respond in a certain type of way. You did? But he knew in my mind, I know he knew. You know what I'm saying? Even a lot of his homeboys used to dislike him or talk behind his back or whatever. But they ain't gonna bring that to his face. You did? They not, cause he gonna respond. You did? And Cowboy was something to deal with, man. You know what I'm saying? On all levels, cause he was a physical specimen. I'm talking about big, strong as a bull, cut up. I'm talking about in tip-top shape. That's his attribute. All he do is work out. Work out, gamble, and be with the flimmery. And chase them bras. He chased them bras, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got to look at it like people, and I knew this about him. I heard it. I had started hearing it. As soon as I got around him, I started hearing, man, little man, Cowboy, man, hey, man, you don't want to mess. Man, he be on to this. He be, you know, you heard all of this stuff. But I always been, you know, an independent thinker. Well, for the most part, when I got older or when I got in the penitentiary, I became an independent thinker. If I was an independent thinker on the street, I wouldn't have never got to the penitentiary. But with that being said, after I got in the penitentiary, man, and you have to start fending for yourself and you realize you here alone, ain't nobody coming to save you, ain't nobody gonna help you. You gonna start taking your advice instead of other people's advice, because it's only you that's gonna pay for your bad decisions. By the time I got to the penitentiary, I realized that. You know what I'm saying? You know, better late than never. But I realized that, so I started being an independent thinker. So being an independent thinker, man, it's the impression that you put upon me is what's going to be long lasting with me. Not what nobody else say about you, not what you did with somebody else, not how you know, flam or scam. This, I ain't got nothing to do with that. As long as you don't bring it to me, it don't affect me. You know what I'm saying? So when I met Cowboy, I think I met Cowboy on, and I knew his brother. I knew his brother way before him, Marvin. Shout out to Marvin. You know what I'm saying? Did I know Marvin before him? Hold up. Maybe. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. But when I met Cowboy, I met him on Nottaway in the late 90s. Yeah, I met him on Nottaway in the late 90s when I had came out of the hole, and for the Joker going trying to get me tore off because he owed Rap Brown. And I tried to help the little Bama. I told y'all something about that story. I tried to help the little Bama and, you know, get out of debt because they were getting ready to light them up. I mean, like a Christmas tree. And I called myself trying to help them, loan them a little money. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw what was getting ready to go down. Plus, you know, I was trying to help, but true indeed, too, I had so much going on. I wasn't trying to go on lock, and we was gonna go on lock because they was really getting ready to put something on. So I give him the money to pay the dudes, whatever. He's supposed to give me the money back on store day. And little do I know, he owed Rap Brown, another dude, Rap Brown, an older dude. He ain't playing no games and none whatsoever. He even got the legendary name of the revolutionary Rap Brown. And Rap was older though, but he not gonna play with you, and he definitely not gonna play with you about no money. So this Bama go to the store, and on Nottoway, they call you to go to the store like 30 at a time. So he dipped off and go to the people and tell the people that he want to check in, and you can't check in like that without giving a reason. And he told the people that he owed me and he owed Rap Brown, and both of us told him if he come back to the park without the what he owed, that we was gonna kill him. I think he owed me something like $30. He told me we was gonna kill him. So the people came and locked us up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I ended up getting locked up on that incident right there. And it just so happened when they came to my cell, it was store day. I got all this commissary all up in there, bags everywhere. I got 40, 50 bags of commissary up in there, and they came right to the door and was like, "Oh, you going to jail? Yeah, you all this there." Locked me up, right? So when I come out, they put me all the way down in the wood shop part. Well, now you don't even supposed to be in the wood shop part unless you work in the wood shop, right? Or unless they trying to keep you away from the population for whatever reason, which at the time I wasn't smart enough to know they're only doing that because they get ready to get rid of you. But they ain't got no reason to hold you back in the hole, but they don't want you mixing back with the major population because they feel like you some trouble in one way or another, right? So I didn't know that at the time. That was above my thinking, right? So I'm down there, Cowboy down there. That's when I met him, and a couple other dudes that won't, working in the wood shop, and everybody in the block work in the wood shop. Them dudes getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning going. So the pod be almost empty in the daytime except for a couple of dudes until they come back at night about 6 o'clock. You see what I'm saying? So I got to kicking it with a Cowboy a lot like that because he was in there. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to play a little cards, little talk, one-on-one talk. So we gambling, stuff like that. And like I said, I heard his name ringing on the compound, but I didn't really know him. Then when he told me he was Marvin, brother, woo, you know what I'm saying? And I think I had met Marvin before him. And he told me that and everything like that. But he was Marvin's younger brother, but he had been locked up longer than Marvin. Right? Crazy. So we got cool, man. So then the dudes that used to come back from the wood shop, they got the wood shop on Nottoway. That's where they make all of the desks and stuff. Like you can't select the desk that my computer on. They make all of that stuff, and they sell that stuff to colleges and high schools and stuff like that. They making all these tables, desks, woo, all day long. Slave work, because they getting paid like $1.13 an hour to make all this stuff that these people making multi-millions off of. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and they work like dogs. They gone 4, 5 in the morning till like 6 in the evening, 5 days a week. You did. So when they started coming back in the evening, some of them would stay up, and Cowboy was running poker games and stuff like that, right? But he was because everybody in there got money, right? All these dudes got money. That's penitentiary money right there. You getting $1.something an hour. Them dudes is bringing home checks with the overtime and all the stuff they working. They sometimes them dudes bringing home $200 a month. Yeah, I know y'all saying $200 a month. That's a lot of money in the penitentiary. You ain't making no 200. You ain't making 100. There's no other job in the penitentiary besides you get what them jobs right there is called enterprise jobs, like outside. You know what I'm saying? Enterprise jobs. So, there's no other job in the penitentiary you gonna make $100-something a month. Only way you make $100-something a month if you got to the point where you got 45 cents an hour and you work in the kitchen and you get in overtime. You do a major overtime. You working like a lot of hours. You might I've seen dudes in the kitchen might bring in $110, $112. You know what I'm saying? But they don't work like a dog, a white mouth mule. You understand me? They don't go to work, come back greasy and stinky, smelling like grease and all this. get in the shower, go back, lay down for a while, get up and go do it again. I ain't doing all that in the penitentiary. I mean, it keep you out the way, but I just couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so he knew the dudes had money. So he flamming them, man. He playing poker with these jokers, and these jokers don't want to lose their job, man. They don't, you know what I'm saying? This is the best they got. Plus, a lot of them was scary. So that's why they ducked off. You know, that pod building alone was ducked off from the rest of it. They didn't even mix like that. So that's why it was out of the way. You know what I'm saying? So he running poker games and stuff, beating them dudes out their money. Then when they win, he giving them half their money. He ain't giving them all of it. He just, because he biding his time because he know he give me a lead. So if he win, though, he demanding that money, and you going to pay that money because, like I say, Cowboy's a big mama, man. I'm probably about 230, 235. All muscle. All muscle. About 6'2". All muscle. He got a buck nigga right in front. But he had supreme confidence. You couldn't tell him he want that dude. You did? Because he going to try to holler at every woman he see. You know what I'm saying? He talk low and deep. Like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? How you doing there? I mean, yeah, you looking good and everything. I mean, no, I ain't fraternizing or nothing, but you know, he coming like that with his suave joint, right? I used to be laughing at him all the time. Man, you a cold Bama and don't even know it, man. He used to be like, man, you just hate, man. You just hate, you know. Cause he felt like his body was everything. And like I say, he looked like a bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? So we got cool right there, you know what I'm saying? Because I never had a problem. He never ran no flim-flam with me. The little gambling we did, we paid each other, whatever the case may be. I remember one day he thought them dudes in the block was going to, you know, try to pull a move, and he was more or less like, look, I had to smash the joke in here, man. You made sure my celly, because he had a celly that worked in the wood shop too. Make sure my celly pack all my stuff. I'm like, who is it, man? I don't know these Bama, because he ain't paid the dues. So I was like was willing to hold him down during that time right there too, because it's like me and him is the only one really, maybe another dude that was out of place. So the Bamas probably ain't like me neither, you know what I'm saying? They definitely did not like him. So boom, that's how we got cool. So then they come get me, and I end up getting gone. I go to Powhatan, and lo and behold, he ended up on Powhatan. So that's when we got real super cool, right? But then, like I say, he came on there with that larceny, right? And he got a lot. He from the Big R, Cowboy from Richmond. So I told you, Richmond dominates the Virginia penal system. There's more of them in there than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And they usually band together, but a lot of them dudes ain't like Cowboy, because Cowboy ain't had no picks now. He'll run that game on you, him, he just, that's what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's what he gonna do. And he wanted to get high. He like smoking that reefers. He like, you know what I'm saying, getting a little bit of that other stuff. He gonna do what he gotta do. And he ain't really had no, like, people sending him money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He'll work a houseman job or whatever. But like I told you, the houseman job ain't gonna get you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can get $28, $26 a month. You know what I'm saying? You buy 2-3 items of that, you done. Unless you just trying to eat and you just go and just get all soups and chips. You know what I'm saying? You might get a bulk or something. Other than that, man, $26 ain't gonna get you nothing, man. $27 is just, you know, keep the cheat up off you. That's it. You know. So he come on there, and I tell him, I said, man, don't be doing all that crazy stuff, Cowboy. Woo woo. But truth be told, once you got a bond, like I say, if he get into a issue with somebody, or especially if it's more than, because he can handle himself emphatically. But if he get into some issue with somebody who's gonna try to jump him, or they're gonna try to stab him up or something like that, I'ma roll with him. I mean, I already know, cause I rock with him, you know what I'm saying? And we was cool like that. So that's why I used to tell him, man, don't get into nothing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like talking to the wind, man. Like talking to the wind, man. Cowboy was jumping straight into poker games and dice games, and a lot of dudes knew him and some people didn't. So he was getting away. But then when he started losing and he bucking on paying or not paying the full what he owed, he lose 8 of the odds, Cowboy might give you like 22.50. He be like, look, I got you, right? I ain't had what I thought I had in the sale, but this like 22 right? So what that leave me? Oh, you like 60. You know, he fast talking you, but he's slow talking. You know, and dude like, nah, I mean, what you saying though, bro? We cash and carry. You supposed to pay this right after the game. Yeah, but oh, I'm telling you, I thought I had some up there, but I forgot I went and did this. I busted. But look, I got you on store. They would. And them dudes was like not really want to accept that, but they looking at them and they know you know what I'm saying, it's gonna go somewhere if they don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? Then you might not get nothing. You know what I'm saying? You might get more than you asked for because Cowboy gonna put hands on and he will push. You see what I'm saying? So you looking at this big burly, you know what I'm saying, buck nigga. Know, that you gonna have some serious issues, you did. So once he started doing that, then dudes just started trying to weed him out. Like they ain't want to get in no games. They were like, man, you gotta bring the money, stuff like that. Then he'd turn that into an issue. You ain't telling nobody else bring the money. What you mean? I gotta bring my money, man. Everybody here sitting there ordering money, man, and you tell me I gotta bring my money, man. Shh. Man, give me $10, man. You know what I'm saying? He'll lean on him with the soft press. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll get right in the game and lose and then don't pay nothing. And then he'll say, man, I ain't paying you, man, because you try to curb me when I try to get in the game. Yeah, he got an automatic excuse. You see what I'm saying? But they were scared of him because they know what's going down. And you ain't, I mean, they want nobody really, them dudes in it, they ain't looking at it like they might get physically whoop this Bama, because they looking at it like, okay, he big and strong, but maybe he can't fight. Well, he can't. He can't. And I remember one dude, he owed some money. Dude owed him some money. Well, he owed Cowboy owed dude some money. And he had a little size on it. He was like, man, I ain't with all that, man. You got to pay me, man. This store day, man. I see you going to the store and doing this and doing that, man. You been on me for about 3 weeks, dog. You know what I'm saying? What the Cowboy said, man, who you think you talking to, man? He said, man, I'm talking to you. I want my money, man. You be wanting your money when dudes, you win. I want my money. Man, Cowboy said, and he'll keep a toothpick too sometimes. He said, well, take it then, B. Take it then. Man, Joker said, all right. Oh, no pop. And peeled off like he going upstairs to go get some. Man, Cowboy went right behind him, man. Grabbed that joke on the stairway, man, and beat the snot out of him. I mean, snot out of him. So now, and this a big Bama, ain't been known to rumble, but man, Cowboy smashed him, dog. So boom, they go to jail and all that. He come right back out when he get out, cause we just put him right back in the block. So now these jokers really don't want to be around him, and they really don't want him to gamble. But that's what he gonna try to do. He gonna try to gamble. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna try to block him out, but they can't. I don't know if he don't. Then you know he'll put a hand. Then you know he can run. So it's just a catch-22. They ain't know how to deal with. They don't like him, but they scared of him. You know what I'm saying? Then he started using me and incorporating me and stuff, and I'm like, come on, Cal, come on, y'all, you come on, man. He'll like, boom, he be at the game. They'll let him get in with $20 or something, but he gotta bring it. He bring it, he'll lose it, and then they won't let him get no more money. He said, man, dude's ordering at the table, man. He said, man, go. I mean, you gotta get some, bro. You gotta bring some. He come down there to me. Look, give me a cotton cigarette, man. Come on, y'all. Just give me a cotton. I'm just trying to get back. As soon as I get back, and I'm gonna bring your money straight back. I'm like, Campbell, you not getting my money to go. You gonna lose. You got the mojo on you. Bad luck. You karma bad. He told me, no, y'all. Come on, y'all. He said, I ain't gonna pay it. I ain't gonna pay it. If I lose your cotton, I'm gonna tell him, give me that back. I'm gonna bring it back to you. Either way, even if I lose. see, that's the larceny. He told me, nah, I'm just gonna tell him I borrowed that, but I'm gonna owe him. I'm just gonna owe him. But as soon as I hit back up, though, real talk, when I hit back up and I get my money back, I'm gonna cash out. You know what I'm saying? And he'd do exactly what he say. If he win, he'll bring the cigarettes back. If he lose, he said, man, let me get that cut. No, this banking Joe, I borrowed it from him, right? I gotta get that back to him, but I got you on store day. Real talk, I got you. Yeah, that larceny, man. So, but like I say, man, when dudes feed you get away with a lot of stuff, but it don't go unscathed though, because like I said, even before I met him, he told me it got stabbed. We got cool, man. You get real cool with dudes in the penitentiary, especially when you ain't got a whole lot of people to talk to, or you don't kick it with a lot of people. I ain't kicking with a lot of people, and a whole lot of people ain't want to kick it with Cowboy. So we talked a lot. You know what I'm saying? We talked a lot. That what made me feel more. Cause I look at Cowboy like a brother. And then like I said, he never really did no larceny with me, so I can't judge him for what he do. And he'll tell you. I just talked to him a couple of weeks ago. He'll tell you I used to tell. I said, bro, you larceny hearted, man. You larceny, man. You gotta cut that out, man. He used to be like, man, shh. Hey, I learned from how they did me. I do them like they did me. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. Yeah, hey, I'm running the same game they running. Just who gonna run it first? Man, you crazy. Everybody be, man, you think these dudes be playing fair? And we had those conversations, you know what I'm saying? But he had told me, you know what I'm saying, dude that stabbed him before on Buckingham, same thing, over some money stuff and this, and he ain't gonna pay the dude woo. And he said he was on the way pack, was living wage. Dude came up behind him, stabbed him bad too. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, I wanted to catch him so bad to kill him. I wanted to break his neck. I couldn't catch him, man. I got weak. Passed out, man. Woke up, you know what I'm saying, in the ambulance. So like I say, man, it's hard, to go those type of, years and years and years and be involved in this, that, and the third, and you ain't gonna have no casualties. That's everybody. You gonna have. You know what I'm saying? He said he got busted in the head with a weight before on the weight pile. Dude bust him in the head. You know what I'm saying? Split his joint open. He said he grabbed him. He was able to launch out and grab onto him. He said he almost beat him to death on that joint. And dudes told me about that story too. So it won't just him talking. And he still got the lump on his joint. He said, man, right here, that joint hit me in the head with the weight. He hit him with a 5-pound weight. You know what I'm saying? So you go through those things, man, but all in all, though, Cowboy is a warrior, man. You can't, you gonna have to really come with it to get him. You gonna have to come with it. And I'm talking about, if it's physical, just hand to hand, he gonna be hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Man, Cowboy ball his joint up, man. That joint like a softball and a half. I'm telling you, word up. He ain't got no fat on him. He work out. If he ain't playing cards, chasing them girls, or what, he working out. Cowboy one of them dudes, they used to have to tell him put a shirt on all the time, cause he'd be in the pod with no shirt on. Or if he in there with it on, especially summertime, he got it wide open. He got it pulled open all the way out here, walking down the tip. You know what I'm saying? Hoping the bros look at him. You know? And I used to tell him, man, put your shirt on, dog. What you jealous, man? You jealous, man? You little. And I was cut up, but I'm small though. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop being jealous, man. That ain't no good trait, man. You jealous, man. Get in and get on the waist, man. Get on the waist, man. And Flexo, get on the waist, man. Get you some of this. So yeah, we had that type of, you know what I'm saying, friendship though, Then I was there for him, man, when his mom passed away, which was crazy, crazy work, man. His mom passed away, and he ain't really had nobody to really rock with him, nobody to really, you know what I'm saying? Then when you in the penitentiary and you lose people like that, man, that joint devastating, bro. I can only imagine how it is to lose your mom, man. But I remember I was there when he was in the depression, man. He was in cell for a couple of days. And I just went in there and sat in the cell, man, and talked to him, man. And that's some hard money, man, when you see two grown men just sitting in there talking and grown man crying, man. He hurting, man. You know what I'm saying? A real live killer, a real live gangster. But them type of things like that'll bring you to your knees, bro. And it had me in tears because I'm thinking, man, how much I love my mama and what I would do if something happened to my mama. You know what I'm saying? Because it bring that stuff to reality to you when you see it. It's like, boom, I know him. I'm with him, kicking with him all the time. And I'm seeing him go through that losing his mama. You know what I'm saying? And he was self-destructive at that time, man. He was ready to, man. And then I feared for him because I didn't want him to hurt himself or nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So it was a real touchy joint, man. And I think being after, coming out of that situation, man, I think, you know what I'm saying, he really, you know what I'm saying, he really rocked with me too. He really had love for me, man, like a brother, because I was there for him, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like he would have did the same for me, you know what I'm saying? He would have did the same for me, man. I remember when I found out on that joint too, man. I had the high blood pressure. My blood pressure was real high. And then one day, man, and I had never did that before. I literally like almost fainted. You know what I'm saying? And me and him was kicking it, man. And he was like, man, you all right? And I was like, boom, I almost fainted. You know what I'm saying? It was super blazing hot up in there that day. And yeah, man, and he helped me then, man, to call the people. He said, man, man, you gotta go to medical, man. You gotta go check. You gotta go see what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like little things like that, man, that may not mean a lot to other people. You go through those things and you know what I'm saying? I remember I done had beef, you know what I'm saying, in that joint. I'm getting ready to get busy. I don't be telling jokes about my beef, but he knew. And he was like, what's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? And it was with my homie. You know what I'm saying? The crazy one. Talk to me about the wine center. He be like, man, I'll smash that Bama for you. I said, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm super good. But it's just little things like that that bring, you know what I'm saying, bring your bond together, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Cowboy, man, a lot of people ain't like him, man. A lot of people didn't, man, but they feared him, though. And they tell you they didn't, they lied. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel him. Because dudes will let beef and money go and just say, don't they use that excuse not to deal with him no more. But if it would have been somebody else, you would have bust a move on him. But being it's him and you know how he coming, you just use that. I can't mess with you no more, Cowboy. You ain't never pay me, man. I can't get in my game. You know, they'll use that as an excuse. They waited for it. But if it was somebody else and they ain't pay you gonna ready to stab them, jump on them, and do whatever. Cause they were scared of Cowboy, dog. That's real talk. And he knew it. He knew it, and he played that to his advantage too. But it was like that with him everywhere he went, you know. And man, like I say, man, I used to tell him too, boy. I said every trash can get a steak every now and then, cause he shoot at every woman he see. But he caught one. He caught one of the baddest ones too. Came on that joint, and then the police started hating on it, cause the police wanted it too. It was a young girl, man. She was pretty though. White girl too. White girl. She was pretty. And out of all the 180 some people up in that joint, you would have never thought she would have picked. But he got her. I think she was just fascinated with the way he looked. But he got her, butt naked and all. He got her. And I couldn't even believe it. And he proved it to me that he had her too. He said, I got her, showed. I got her. I'm like, Bama, you ain't got that, bro. Man, I got her, cause I'm thinking he's talking about some gunning, cause he'll gun him too. Cowboy got him there. He got him. And I'm thinking he talking on some gunning. He's like, no, I got her, showed. I got her. She on. I said, man, he said, watch this. And that I think I told y'all one of the other stories. And he went down. He said, watch this. Watch. Keep your eye on me so you know I ain't lying. And Cowboy went down there to that booth. That goes in that booth, and he hollered at her. And I watched. I'm watching the whole thing. And probably 100 other Bama's was watching because they knows it. But I'm watching because he told me. And he made that girl get up. This to let you know too what be going on in penitentiary, how these female COs be. Man, that girl got up, and there's a bathroom in the booth that she's in. That's right there. She got up, went in that bathroom, came out, trying to be incognito, had a little brown paper bag and slid it to Cowboy and tried to play it off like she hitting buttons. I see him grab the joint. He hold it so I can see. He cuffed the joint, finished talking to her, came straight upstairs with me, said, come in the room. Went in the room, he opened the bag, had her panties, and he made her go in there and take her panties off and give it to him. At work. On the clock. A CO. I say, man, what the hell is Bron James? So he, you know what I'm saying? It was just crazy, man. Cowboys, he definitely a different type of dude, man. And boy, shoot, and he done caught all them traps. He done sat down there, he done finally caught. And you go playing with her, he gonna man, he bold. He see dudes up there trying to shoot, they shot at him. Hey, man, go ahead, man, move around, man, move around. Move around, man, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? He was on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was my dog, man, old Cowboy, man. And he got out, you know what I'm saying, got away before me. Cause he was doing 85% time, but he did a significant amount of time. He might have did close to 30. And yeah, man, he fell into some bad stuff out here, man. That got on the drugs and whatnot. Was trying to get himself together, man. But I was looking for him when I got out, man. Because I was still talking to his brother when he was in, trying to help his brother get out, who eventually did get out too. Marvin probably been out now about 3-4 years. I've been out 6, maybe about 3-4 years. And yeah, he had put me in touch with him, man. Told me he was doing bad, man. He was going back and forth in the rehab. He was battling with addiction or whatever. And he told me Cowboy had lost so much weight. He said, man, you wouldn't even know him, man. I said, what? And I said, I don't even want to see him like that, man. Because I'm used to him being like, you know what I'm saying, like The Rock. I ain't want to see him like that, man. But I talked to him, like I say, recently, and he sounded like his old self. When I had talked to him the first time, when he was really going through it, I couldn't even tell his voice. He sounded so, you know what I'm saying? It don't hurt me, man, because like I said, I got real love for him. And but when I talked to him this time, he was in the halfway house, and he sounded like he said, I'm back, man, I'm back. I said, man, stay back, man. That's how everybody remember you, man. Stay like you know what I'm saying? I said, when I see you, you better be a big old Bama like I'm used to. I'm gonna be, man. So I'm gonna try to get him on the platform for sure when he get up out of his situation and bring him to y'all, man, and let him. He's a character, man. He's a real live character, and I'm sure he got 1,000 stories he could tell y'all, man. But yeah, man. But the moral of the story is, man, like I say, man, you got to treat people the way they treat you, not the way other people look at them, not the way other people perceive them, but how they treat you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't agree with everything he did, but it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? Because I had already developed a brotherhood with him. Now, had he done me wrong, then it would have been a different story, but he never did. I can't say Cowboy ever try to trick me or play me out. He'll even come to me and tell me straight up, but I need about 2 kinds of cigarettes, man. Take care of this, man. If I don't take care, I'm going to jail. I'm going to have to hurt the Bama, man. He said, man, if you got it to spare, I ain't going to be able to pay it back. You already know I ain't be able to pay it back. But if you got it to spare, man, and he'll come to me real before he come to me and say, give it to me, I'm going to pay it back to you. He ain't going to do that to me. And I respected that, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't had no problem with telling him nah. You know what I'm saying? Or either tell me, I give you a cotton. I ain't got no 2 cottons to throw away. I give, or something like that. But I would help him if I could, because I knew if he really had it and the shoes on the other foot, he'd do the same for me. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's about brotherhood and it's about communication, man, and how you treat each other. I ain't got nothing to do with how you treat somebody else. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way it is. It's penitentiary life, man. We all in there trying to survive, and we all in there trying to, make the days go by fast, man. So if you find somebody that you can kick it with, connect with, and they real, and if wartime come, you know where they stand. You know what I'm saying? And that's important, and that's just that, man. But shout out to Cowboy, man. Big love to him, man. I'm praying for him, man. Y'all put y'all prayers in the air for him. Did he get back together so we can get him on the platform? You dig? But anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments, man. Let me know if y'all want to know more, man. And it is what it is, man. We're gonna keep these stories coming, man. I'm gonna try to focus in on some of these people individually again, like I used to do, so y'all can get to know some of these people better. But y'all give me some suggestions in the comments, man. Y'all talk to me. I get to talking back, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Hype the video, like the video, check your subscriptions. And if you ain't got the membership, then I'm gonna send Cowboy to see y'all.
The banky special. Yeah. Pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.